Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Hidden Flame, and we are here for a special top 10 video. So, this is my top 10 Final Fantasy songs of all time. Now, these are my personal favorites, not the official Final Fantasy list. That is a different list. You can go find it online, but this is my personal opinion on how these songs should be ranked and what songs are on this list. Number 10. To start off the list today, we are going with the Fiend theme, or Battle of the Four Fiends, from Final Fantasy IV. While it appears in various times of the game, this theme song will always play when you fight a fiend, one of the four elemental fiends, that is, and then again when you fight them in the giant robot towards the end of the game. And with the difficulty of some of these fiends, once you hear this theme, you will realize that you are about to be in one heck of a fight, and the music even shows that there is a good chance you will get your ass kicked in the coming fight. Number 9. The next entry on our list comes from Final Fantasy VII, and yes, it is Sephiroth's theme. While there have been 4 different variations of this song from Final Fantasy VII, Advent Children, Crisis Core, and Kingdom Hearts, I prefer Advent Children's version better, because I'm sort of a metalhead and I like me a little metal. The reason this song is on the list, though, is because once you hear this song, you know Sephiroth's gonna kick your ass. And while my opinions on Sir Sephiroth would be he's a mama's boy, he's just a big crybaby who wants only to destroy the world, this song does make him out to be a very badass character. And if it wasn't for the music, there pretty much wouldn't be a Sephiroth fan base. My own opinions, hate me if you do, thumbs down in the below. And bringing in the Black Mages for the Final Fantasy Advent Children movie was a very good idea. The song makes the fight between Cloud and Sephiroth an amazing piece of cinematic masterpiece, and made the fight itself very tense and very emotional as it played on. Number 8. Does anything really need to be said about this one? It's the victory and the fanfare for most of the Final Fantasy games. Whether you just took on a hard battle or you're grinding, this sound always makes you feel accomplished and say, hey, I just beat this battle. Hooray me! Number 7. Whether you consider this being Gilgamesh's theme, Clash on the Big Bridge, Crash on the Big Bridge, Bet on the Big Bridge, whatever you want to call it, this song here knows that you are about to meet the time-traveling, interdimensional being known as Gilgamesh. With one of the most iconic songs in Final Fantasy history, this game has transcended not only the name of the song, but is also in various other games. While popularized in Final Fantasy V, it is also in Final Fantasy XII, it is also in Final Fantasy XIII, 2, and 3. It is an optional boss fight in Final Fantasy IV, and also again appears in Final Fantasy 15. So you can't go wrong if Square Enix recycles a very good song, right? Number 6. Our next song comes from Final Fantasy VIII. This is one of the first songs Final Fantasy has put out with actual lyrics. Square Enix brings in a vocalist, Fei Wong, to do this song. And like most of the Final Fantasy VIII story, this song is about love. With its heartfelt words and beautiful melody, this song follows you through the entire game. From hearing it in the Waltz for the Moon during the seat inauguration ball, to the Julia version of the song during the flashback with Laguna Lore, or even in the Shumi Village, this song is one of my favorite all-time lyrical songs in not only just Final Fantasy, but in all of video gamings.
Always be there in the corner of this tiny little bar.
Number 5. Keeping with Final Fantasy VIII, we have the final boss battle, also known as Premonition, or the Ultimacia boss fight. I put this on here because unlike Dancing Mad or Chaos's theme, this one stands out because I had trouble with fighting Unaliska, or not Unaliska, with Ultimacia. Now, Chaos, his boss battle was awesome in Final Fantasy 1, but he was a chump. Kefka, with the Dancing Mad theme, he was a chump. Sephiroth's One Wing Angel, I was able to beat him, but with Ultimacia, I actually had trouble. I could never beat her in the first try. So I put this here because it just reminds me how awesome a song can distract you. You're playing the song, you listen to the song, you just want to enjoy it, want to rock out to it while fighting the final boss, and you fail because of it. At least that's the way I see it. But I put it here because this is one of my favorite boss fight songs of all time. Number 4. Hey, who doesn't like a good Chocobo song? And I'm sorry, this song's going to probably be stuck in your head for the rest of the day. But this again is in all of the games, except the first one. But from 2 forward, the Chocobos have been a staple of the entire game, and they've all had their own little theme song. It has been modified over time. Each game has its own version, but it's pretty much all the same. Unless you play the Final Fantasy 13-2, then there's like a death metal version, which is still cool and all get out, but it's all been the same in one form or another. Number 3. Now, I really don't know why I put this one so high up on the list, but for some odd reason, every time I hear it, I feel all giddy. It always puts a smile to my face. It always makes me feel very nostalgic about the original Final Fantasy game. And the version you're hearing now is from Final Fantasy XIV, when they bring in Matoya, the actual character, into the timeline, which is actually pretty funny, or pretty fun, not funny. And you hear this nice, slow instrumental version, and it's just really beautiful. But I guess I put it so much because every time I hear this song, I immediately think Final Fantasy. Nothing else, just Final Fantasy 1. I remember this song. number 2. Number 2 comes in from Final Fantasy X-2. The song is called 1,000 Words, and the reason it's on here is because, for some reason, this is the only song to make me feel very emotional. Every time I hear it, no matter if I'm doing a live stream of it or if I hear it in my playlist, I start to tear up. So I'm putting this here because if it's not the best Final Fantasy song I've ever heard, it is the best song ever that I've ever heard. The song comes from Jade Villalon. I can't pronounce her name. But if you guys want to find the song, it is during the Thunder Plains concert of Act 4 in Final Fantasy X-2. So I'm going to just go to the next one here before I tear up a little bit more, because I just love this song. And my all-time number 1 favorite Final Fantasy song is... Come on, guys, you know how it had to be here. It's the official Final Fantasy theme song, the prelude, whatever you want to call it, has been in every single incarnation of the game. From the cartoons to the movie to all of the spin-offs to every single thing with the Final Fantasy name. So, if you guys want to dispute that, try to find a song more fixed with Final Fantasy. And if it wasn't for this song in Final Fantasy 1 and then 4 for Americans, then 6 for Americans, but on the other side 2 and 3 for Japan. Was it 2 and 6? Yeah, I can't remember at the moment. But for those of you who have played a Final Fantasy game, you know this tune. It was the opening for a good, I want to say, 9 games before it became a fixture or a remix in the other games. It was in 10, 13 as a different version. In Final Fantasy 14 with Stormblood, they brought it back. It was in Tactics. It was in the Final Fantasy anime. I believe it was in the Final Fantasy Spirits Within movie. Don't quote me on that because I haven't seen that movie in forever. But here you guys go. This is the number 1, my most favorite Final Fantasy song of all time. If you guys have any, if I missed anything, if you guys dispute this, if you have any comments about it, go ahead and put it in the comments down below. I'll read them and get back with you. So, as I'm going to be ending this video here in a second, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you want to see more Final Fantasy related top 10s, let me know. I'm thinking of doing another. If you think this was a terrible version, tell me. I won't do them anymore. But this is my first shot, so I apologize, guys, if I did it terribly. Okay, for anyone else, you guys have a great day and enjoy the rest of the song.